Hurry up.
Wait, did he go live? Oh yeah, we live. What up, chat? Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Kofi is the reason we are late. I just want to let y'all know right now. That man was complaining about having the bubble guts. I don't know. He said something about what he had ate for lunch today at work. I think he had some spoiled Chipotle. I know the boy be going ham on them burritos. So y'all, you know what I mean? Bear with us. I'm here though. Shout out to y'all boys in the chat. Look at y'all slandering my name in the chat. This is crazy. Wow, who's slaying Blade X? I thought we was cool. That's crazy. King Darian. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. No, ain't no my bad. Ain't no my bad. You already messed up. You already messed up. Crazy how y'all slandering my name. All the content I've been providing for the week. Man, listen, I'm going back in my dungeon.
Back. J-Man, what is he talking shit about? I'm eating burritos and some shit. I think I didn't hear you, bro. I didn't hear no burrito. I don't know, eat no burrito, bro.
Oh, you had that Chipotle with the extra hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? It ran right through you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Use the boom boom room.
Oh man, I just take a quick little.
It happens to the best of us.
So we back with another episode of Good Game, and shout out to everyone pulling up, man. Hopefully the audio is great. Hopefully we both sound good. So let us know so you guys could get a good show. Let's shout out some people real quick. J-Man, I see Blade X in the chat. I see Max, the usual decoy caliber.
Nah, Blade X
Arcade.
Was slandering my name. So
you was?
take that
all right,
back.
Continue.
He on timeout.
Rich homie Sean, King Kovu, Butch Luffy. Who else in here that I need a shout out? Cynthia. I see Blackjack, Mass Produce 201, Mixa PC Pro. Who else up in here?
Yeah.
If you guys want a quick shout out, you know what I mean? Just
Arcade. I don't know if you shouted him out. Arcade 4247.
Say what's something in the chat. We're gonna shout you out. Yo, we got Jaren Stamps, Titan, same old 23, Fly God, C-Mac. Okay, first of all, C-Mac, you ain't fly. So you gotta take out that title out of your name, C-Mac. You know what I mean? You ain't fly, so take that out of your name.
Wait, did he just add that? Did he just add that?
I think he did just add that. We got Addie
Fly
in the
Guy
chat.
the
We got
third.
Addie in the chat. She's sitting right beside me and she's commenting. This girl's funny, bro. King Darian, Steph. Who else up in here? Retromatic, Samurai Black. We appreciate it, man. Shout out to everyone who's coming through, spending some time with us. We're here to talk some games for y'all. Episode 20.
Oh, let me share
J-Main.
stream.
We gotta show these featured screenshots, man. Make sure you guys join the Discord so you guys can.
Oh shit! I didn't even post one in the Discord.
You post your best video game screenshots in the photo mode thread, and we're gonna feature a couple of screenshots every single podcast. So one of these days I'm gonna do a giveaway to the best one too, 1 week. So be sure to participate. Be sure to participate in that. And let me see if I could pull it up because I've seen some pretty fire screenshots in there that I want to share.
Did anybody send in any Forspoken screenshots?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Damn. I mean, especially now on PS5, that shit blurred in a motherfucker. If you play it on PC, it probably looks really nice though.
All right.
One thing I hate too, if you take a screenshot with that game, I think it might be a lot of Square Enix games. It has like a watermark on it.
The watermark at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard Resident Evil games be doing
Japanese.
that shit too. Yeah, I've heard Resident Evil
It's
games
a
be doing that
Japanese
too.
developer thing. That shit corny. Like, get you out of here.
The Discord link is invalid. I will correct it and I'll drop it in the chat. So look out for the Good Game in Discord link, and I'm gonna drop it in the chat.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah. So
that could be like a wallpaper. Whose is that?
This screenshot's from Strat. Our boy Strat.
That's fire.
This is from the new game that we're gonna be talking about called Hi-Fi Rush, and I don't want to get too deep into the conversation yet since we're still doing the intros and stuff. But I will just say the art style is bonkers. Like, it looks so good. It almost looks like some Spider-Verse type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's really, the colors is is incredible. But we'll talk more about that
Definitely.
a little bit later. Fire screenshot strat. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, Strat, send me that screenshot. I need that as my wallpaper.
This one is from one of your favorite games, J-Man.
Oh shit!
Oh,
somebody
from
put
Roxas
up
180. It's
shout out to my boy Roxas.
It's a picture of Aloy. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Bayloy.
Yo, what machine is that? What's the dinosaur one? What's it called again? She's slipping my mind.
Oh, it didn't pop up for me yet. Hold on.
Thunderjaw. I think.
Thunderjaw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
That's a Thunderjaw.
Yeah,
Nice.
Thunderjaw in the background after being slain, posing. That's
Defeated.
a dope picture.
Can't wait to fight one of those in VR. That shit gonna be epic as hell. Can't wait.
And
that's a good picture right there, though.
Yeah, that's a dope picture. The next one is from let's see. The next one's from Retromatic. It's a scene, very popular scene in The Last of Us, the hospital scene when Joel goes on a little bit of a murder spree to get Ellie back. So
I'm guessing the show must be waiting for that part for the human.
Real talk,
for the human on human.
We're definitely gonna get into that because we have a lot to say about them human encounters because it'd be missing. So this is a picture of Joe blasting somebody's face. I was probably Abby's pops right here, bro.
That is him.
That is
her pop. I was about to say that is his pops. That is her pops too. Damn.
Yeah. Shot a face off. No wonder she came back and got back in blood, bro. Back in blood. Shout out to Retromatic. And we got a little sneak peek screenshot from C-Mac. The boy got the game a little bit early, so he dropped a Dead Space screenshot for us. And the game's looking
that's Fly Guy the Third.
Yes, sir.
Fly Guy the Third.
So,
make sure you say his name right. All right. No disrespect. Fly Guy the Third. He got Dead Space early.
Man, I can't. Yeah, it looks like he probably got a early copy. I've been seeing a couple people getting their copy shipped a little bit early.
Nice.
I'm waiting like the rest of the comic folk people when it comes to Dead Fate.
Hold up. Nah. Fly Guy, you not. I mean, C-Mac, you not slick. He got this photo from the trailer. He screenshot the trailer.
Swear.
This is the scene from the trailer, dog. This ain't nothing special. He took about. I hope he ain't saying he got the game early. This is from the trailer.
C-Mac, you got this from the trailer? Oh man.
Yo, C-Mac, get you out of here.
I'm gonna have to remove his mod privileges because of this.
Nah, C-Mac, you gotta. By the end of this episode, you gotta come harder with a better screenshot to show that you actually got the game. Because this is some shit you can see in the trailer.
Holy,
we need something
C-Mac,
else.
Not like this, C-Mac. Not like this.
Else.
Nah, he's saying he got the game. I believe you, sir. Not like this.
We need something else. Yeah.
J-Man,
by the end of the episode, C-Mac. Oh yeah, definitely. So this week I'm been playing, of course, heavy on that Battlefield still. Classes are coming next week. So Battlefield should be back to what people have known and loved it for. Classes coming next week, so y'all get ready for that. In addition to that, I have hopped on that Forspoken. Picked that up on Tuesday. Tuesday, my bad. Been playing that Forspoken. Played that on Tuesday. Should I get into my impressions, or you want to wait till we talk about like the review scores?
No. Go ahead. Because I think that's a separate conversation anyway. So what do you think about the game, since you've been playing?
Yeah. So I live streamed it for about 2 hours. Pretty much playing like the beginning tutorial sections. But I think, based on what I played in the demo and then what I played in the tutorial section, I could come up with a good first impression, a good idea of what the game is about. So while the demo, it was the first area, and so not the demo, excuse me, the game was the first few hours. You don't get as much access to the combat and traversal as you did in the demo, but what you do get is more backstory on the character Frey Holland, who the chick that you play as, and where she's from in New York City, what her situation is. While I did feel bad for her being, her upbringing and her being like, pretty much like an outcast in society. She made some dumb decisions. I don't want to like spoil nothing for the story, but it was just like, come on, dog. They could have wrote a much better, intro or a back story for her as a character. And I bet a lot of the conversation online has been about the dialogue in this game. When you start to realize where she's from, and then you see her in the Athia land, which is the world that she's transported to later on in the game, you understand why the dialogue may seem off if you coming from an outside perspective looking in. It's because she's like communicating with somebody who is from a whole different like land. The writing ain't the best. Don't get me wrong. Like the writing ain't top notch.
Before you continue, it's saying that like you sound a little Robotnik. I don't know how I'm sounding. So maybe if you want to leave and come back, just because the Discord be weird and stuff like that, right? So maybe just end the call and like disconnect and rejoin and see if it fixes the issue real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see. A little technical difficulties, guys, but let's get this shit working so we can have a good conversation. Let's see, he's coming back. Yeah, J-Main's mic was sounding a little body. I thought it was just me. Hopefully it's not. Say something, J-Main.
Yo.
You sound much better to me right now, bro.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't even know. You sound like, Dr. Robotnik or some shit. You're going for an X-Bot or something. I don't know.
Let me turn my camera on. Make sure. Do I still sound good?
You sound way better to me now. Way better.
All right, chat. Y'all let us know if I'm sounding better.
Perfect. All right, so hopefully you didn't forget where you're at.
Nah.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just talking about the dialogue in the game.
Okay.
Yeah. So the dialogue in the game, it's not anything good. Actually, I was actually surprised to learn that Amy Hennig is actually one of the writers on this game. And for her to have the background that she has with the Uncharted games, it kind of like threw me for a loop to hear some of the dialogue choices that they made, or just some of the writing choices that they made. And what doesn't help in this game either is just attention to detail, because like we've gotten games where like the facial animations are moving well with the dialogue and stuff like that. In this game, right? Yeah, the lip sync is horrible, dog. It's horrible, yo. So it's like it don't make it no better. The combat for the game, I think, is still solid. You get to play fight against a couple enemies in the beginning. You fight against this like big ass dragon, which is like the tutorial boss. I thought that was fun. I thought that was epic. I thought that was nice. But when it gets into, it really is when it gets into the story portions of the game is when it starts to go downhill from some of the dialogue choices, from just the way that they go into like the fade to black. We may be spoiled as gamers at this point, but like when games do the fade to black portions and cutscenes, it almost like breaks immersion for me now. I don't know. Like we get in so many good games where it's either one shot or the fade to black stuff is minimal. This game, not even almost. They do it way too much and for no damn reason. It's like she'll be standing outside of a building with that has an open door. It'll fade to black for her to go inside of the building, when she could have just like walked right through the door.
So the transitions are weak, you're saying so far? Like the transitions between like scenes and stuff is pretty weak. Okay.
Yes, okay. Absolutely weak. And it doesn't help the flow and them trying to tell the story. So
yeah, because
a lot of times
it's a narrative. If it was a different style, the game might not be as bad, but I can understand it being a little bit of a gripe for you, since it's a narrative type of game, right? So
yeah, they're trying to tell you a story. They're trying to tell you more about the world, and they're trying to tell you more about the characters. So when I'm in those like cutscene moments, I'm like, can we get past this? Like I'm almost contemplating skipping cutscenes because I'm like, yo, I'm ready to get past this and get back to what's fun about the game, which is the combat and the traversal. Okay. So I'm gonna stick with it for now and put some more time into it. I've pretty much just now got to explore like the open world and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, and we'll talk about this in a second, the review scores to me, I think it's right. Yeah, it's. I'm not mad at those.
So pretty much what I've been playing is kind of the same old. I've been playing a lot of AoE 2, which is low-key has become my multiplayer game. Like that's like my multiplayer fix. I played a whole lot of Age of Empire 2. I heard that they recently released it on consoles too, which is pretty interesting. So, if you can't,
I was about to ask you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to ask you real quick, like the version I released on console, what is it? Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition?
Yeah, the same one that we've been playing for the past couple of.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Is that what y'all been playing?
Yeah, it's the same game. So they.
Why do Xbox dudes acting like it's a new game?
Yo, that game is like 20. You know that game is like 20 years old, bro.
Yeah,
that game is old. Yo, it's super old, but it's a classic. It's literally like a legendary strategy game. Like if you know, you know. Like Ages of Empires is legendary strategy. That's when Microsoft was actually like putting out like some banging games. And think about it, the longevity of this series is just people are so playing Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition to this day. The game is over 20 years old, so that should tell you
Yeah.
everything you need to know about the quality of AOE 2. So it's a great.
It's on
adaptation.
Steam.
Yeah, it's on Steam. So I've been playing that. What else have I been playing? I finished Horizon Forbidden West.
Ooh,
I
that
finished
heat.
Horizon
That
Forbidden West. It took me
Yes,
11
talk to the
months.
people.
And I'm not gonna say no more about it, Jamie, because I got something cooking. I got something in the oven right now.
Oh my God.
I got something in the oven
Oh
right now. So
my.
I'm not gonna
That's
just say
why
nothing
you
on
didn't
the
want to
pod.
go. That's why you didn't want to expand on what video you was working on. Okay, you don't want to hurt my feelings. All right. Just know. Depending on what you got cooking, there might be a rebuttal. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
No, hey, that'd be
There
good,
might
man. That'd be good
Listen,
content, yo. That'd be
I
good
could
content.
change the lights in my room too. You know what I mean? I could buy me a nice little camera. I could get my transition game popping. You know what I'm saying? I could do a little something. There might be a rebuttal coming your way. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I look forward to it. So I finished up Horizon Forbidden West, and like you, I did not buy for Forspoken, but I did try out the PC demo, which they actually launched the day of release. And I will say the PC demo, the game, I still think the gameplay is type mid, personally. But I will say when it comes to the visual aspects, because I know that was like a big conversation on the timeline, like people are looking at the graphics and look, no, I don't say that word no more. It had some artistic changes, Jamie.
Oh,
apparently,
brother.
apparently it had some artistic changes. The PC version definitely looks a lot better than the console version, like a whole lot better. The clarity, the performance, and I know it's kind of like a little. I'm kind of cheating because I do have like a really fancy computer and stuff like that, so I know it's cheating a little bit.
Nah, you're not cheating. Don't let these broke PC gamers make you feel bad about having something good to play on. Like I'm saying, price the performance. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So the game actually looks really good on PC. But after playing around in the demo, the PC version of it, I'm still not even convinced. I don't feel comfortable even spending full price on this game. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't feel comfortable spending full price. And I know for a fact, Jamie, mark it down. The game released 2 days ago? Was it 2 days ago?
Yeah.
I mark it down.
The 24th. Yep.
Mark it out. 30 days is going to be on a sale. I don't know how much of a sale, but it's going to be on a sale in 30 days. Mark it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the reason I bought it physical, man. Because once I'm done, you know what I mean? It's going to take that road trip. At least get some money back.
It goes back to our conversation that we had a couple pods ago about all digital future looking scary. You wouldn't be able to do that, man. You wouldn't be able to do that. You'd be locked in, sir.
If I had it on PC, then I would have felt better because you can get it for a much cheaper price than console. But if it's a console game, I'm definitely and I'm not too sure about it, physical. But digital, you're right. I would have been locked in. $70 would have been like, it was okay, but not worth 70. But I probably wouldn't have bought it too. So
yeah. All right, yo.
Physical.
Overall impressions of the Last of Us Part 2, not Part 2, the second episode of The Last of Us. The HBO show. Quick impressions of it. What'd you think? Yeah,
won't spend too long here, but I thought it was another good episode. We talked spoilers. We got more information, not more information, but we got to see more about them three going through downtown Boston. I thought the scenery and the visuals of this episode were really good. From getting to see downtown Boston in the daytime, I thought that was really nice. To of course, when we got introduced to the clicker, they did a fucking fabulous job on the clicker, the movement, the sound of it. Yeah, everything was on point. And what I learned too is that they actually got people who actually love the game to play as the clicker actors. So they were really really into
character.
It. Yeah, they were really into. It's funny that they wouldn't let the actors play the game, the main actors, but they got people to play the clickers that actually. Whatever. Learning more about the tendrils, fire. I'm 100% on board with the tendril system. I was a little skeptical that they got rid of spores, and they did say spores may even come back in another season, but tendrils I think is a much creepier.
I think it's scarier.
Yes, it's a way more creepier way that the infection spreads, and especially the way that they communicate. Just seeing them run in packs like that.
Yeah,
that shit like some World War Z shit when they triggered, that. But Overall, I thought it was a good episode. We got to see the test scene. They changed that up. I actually like this way better than I did in the game. Believe it or not. I like the way I like the way her story concluded.
You like that smooch? You like that smooch? I thought that was a little awkward. I thought that was weird. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
So it was weird at first. Like when you see, you're like, oh, what the fuck is going on? How I like to interpret that part is that, with the infection spreading and the whole hive mind system, I like to think like she might have been like stuck. Like she probably couldn't move. And part of her, like, she was losing her mobility. So like part of her like wanted to keep like trying to light her, and part of her was like stuck in the trance as the other infected was trying to come and connect her with the tendrils. And but the other half of her was still trying to work on that lighter, as she eventually did. So, and then I like that she was able to take out a whole army of them motherfuckers as she went out. In the game, she popped like what, 2 dudes, and then got clapped. Like she didn't do shit.
Yeah, you know how I felt. I felt that typically the runners are very aggressive, and they've been depicted that way in the video games and even earlier in the show. So that moment where like it just got all slow and they kind of just closed in, and I get the whole thing with the tendrils and stuff like that. Maybe that's why they wanted to show that, but overall. I disagree with you in the sense that I think the game did this scene better. I think the game did that scene better.
Like the whole thing, or you think like just certain parts of it, like for that scene was better for you?
The whole clicker section, I thought that was super dope. Let me just say that.
Yeah, that was fire.
I thought that was super dope. What I didn't like is I know they wanted to focus on the infection in this episode, clearly with the clickers and stuff like that, but I just can't. As someone who played the game, I just can't help but think like from the Boston camp zone all the way to where they're at, Joel literally killed mad people between then and there. You know what I mean? So I just can't help but think that, like, yo. Where's like the people or the human encounters? Like, are they trying to like save it for like a special episode where we're gonna really see who this guy is? Because Joel is low key John Wick. Like, he a badass, bro. Like, he be killing mans for fun. He's not a good guy like that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they show that side of him that like, yo, this guy's actually a murderer. You know what I mean? Like he kills like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because so far they haven't really depicted Joel in that light, and that's what he is. And I don't know. I wanted to see more human encounters, but people are saying the next episode is going to be like Raiders or something like that. So
I hope so.
We may see more.
I'm giving them one more episode before I unleash on this whole Joel, and, killing humans or interacting with humans, because they switched up the whole test scene. So it wouldn't even make sense for him to have those encounters that he had at the Capitol building after tests, because there was no soldiers left. But for this, like, I know you mentioned that like they were showing the runners as like being fast, and then they slowed down here.
Kind of slowed it down for the they're aggressive. They're fast, aggressive, but they kind of calm down.
But I think with this moment, it made sense though, because she's already infected. Like the other runners, like that were going after Joel and his daughter, they're not infected, so they're looking at them as fresh meat. And I thought, and I was having this debate with Black Bond on Twitter, because he was wondering like, why was the runners, or the infected, like going past her, or majority of them were just like going right past Tess. And I'm like, she's already infected, and I don't think in the game they ever shown that the infected go after other infected unless you force it, like you can in the second game where you use them as like meat shields and shit like that. So that's why I think they used that moment to slow it down, because she was already infected and her infection was already spreading, versus Ellie, who is infected, but her infection is like dormant in her body. Like it's not the same. Her infection is not spreading. So that's why I think they chose that moment exactly. But I'm 100% with you on Joel. Like, they got to get it together.
I just hope they just show all aspects of him, and kind of don't suppress it for the TV show purposes, because they did say they want this one to be a little bit less violent than the game, right? And then they say some shit like that. Right. It's not going to be as gruesome or as violent.
Yeah, it's not going to be as violent.
Joel's a very violent person, bro. Like, we played this game a million times, bro. This guy's I hope the torture scene, all of that is shown in the HBO TV show. You know what I'm talking about, when he grabs a dude after he gets impaled, right?
Yep.
And he grabs the dude.
Yeah, from
look friendly. I think that's like, those are like vital moments. You know what I mean? Like, that made him look like a total badass. Like, I guess we haven't seen that side of Joel yet, looking like, this guy's looking like a badass. Like, this is like the Joel we know, right? We haven't seen it with the first two episodes yet, but I guess we have to wait a little bit more and see.
Pittsburgh should be coming up too, so I think that's definitely a big moment for Joel.
Yeah, I will say, so far, I'm still indifferent about Ellie. What's her name? Bella Ramsey.
Oh, Bella Ramsey. Yeah.
Ramsey. Yeah. I'm still a little bit indifferent about her. I don't love her. I don't hate her. I think she's doing an okay job so far.
Right.
I guess maybe there might be an episode where her performance really stands out, and but so far I haven't got like an amazing performance. I also haven't got a bad performance. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she did a little bit better in this episode with some of the moments as Ellie. To me, I think it's when she does those moments that are like beat for beat, like the game. I think she actually does a pretty good job with those. But it's the ones that I feel like are like just new lines and new moments that is like, I don't know. But I thought she did good in this episode.
Yeah, like I said, I said it the last podcast. I feel like as a player watching it, since I've already experienced this, I do want to see things that the game hasn't showed us. I'm more interested in that concept, because if I just want to experience the game, I'll play the game again. Like, I have no problem replaying video games. You know what I'm saying? So the opening scene with the lady talking about the virus and stuff like that.
Yes.
Seems like that is what I want to see more things like that. You know what I mean? Like how the virus spread in other areas in the world and stuff like that.
Right.
And I thought that whole beginning scene was brilliant with that lady. I thought that was low-key my favorite part of the whole episode, to be honest. It just really showed how like dire the situation they were in. Like, there was no vaccine, no cure. They literally have to bomb the whole freaking country and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
that part where she was just sitting there, it's like bomb. Like,
even though like we're watching the show and we're looking at the scenes and you're not like one-to-one with the game exactly. Okay, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different adaptation of it.
Right.
I'm okay with that. But like I said, I want them to dive a little bit deeper into the lore of the world of The Last of Us as well, with those types of scenes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what me, as a player who has experienced the game multiple times, is I'm more interested in, the stuff that I possibly don't know.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're gonna see with episode 3. We'll try and give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of each episode, every podcast until the season's over. So hopefully you guys enjoy. No, it's a show.
You think they would bring tendrils to a future game? Or you, because I was thinking like, I think having a horde like system like that, almost like Days Gone, like implemented into The Last of Us, would be kind of crazy.
I don't know if it would work with the type of gameplay The Last of Us is, J-Man. Think about it. The type of gameplay that The Last of Us is you can't have a horde of zombies. First of all, they don't really, unless you're playing on easy or something, they don't even supply you that much ammo. The game is a little bit more slower. I don't even notice, but it's more of a slower pace type of games. You got to take your time. You got to stealth. So I don't see how it would work. Right. I feel like it would be way more arcadey if you're playing the Last of Us game and there's like 100 zombies running at you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the way the gameplay plays, it doesn't seem like if it would fit. It seems like each placements of the infected. No, what am I saying? The infected they're placed specifically in areas, and they, like each encounter is unique, and in the sense where they handcraft it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, each encounter is kind of handcrafted. So for them to just throw you a bunch of zombies, unless you're gonna have like a machine gun to mow a whole bunch of it down, or they expect you to hide some sort of way. I don't know how they're gonna implement it, really. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna implement it with that style of game. I feel like the gameplay would have to drastically change. Like, the setup would have to drastically change if they're gonna add hordes of zombies like that. You understand what I'm saying?
It would probably have to, like, they probably have to make it like an open world type.
That's
what
I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't work with the type of game. Yeah, the type of game that The Last of Us 1 and Part 2 is. I don't think it would work with that amount of zombies at you at once. It doesn't even seem like it makes sense. It doesn't really seem. You have to
Samurai Black in the chat said,
you have to
factions
craft, you have to
too.
shit. You know what I mean? You have to do.
Maybe they could put something like that in factions.
In the multiplayer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the PvE portion of it, if they do something like that, maybe.
Yeah. Well, since we're on the topic of The Last of Us, Naughty Dog, we did actually get some news, or a little bit of news, on, I guess, a possible sequel of The Last of Us part 2 with The Last of Us Part 3. I think Neil Druckmann came out and said some comments about it, that if they feel like they have a compelling story to tell, then they will proceed on and make another one. They also said that when it comes to Uncharted, Naughty Dog is not making another Uncharted. They feel like they're done with Uncharted. And when I heard that news, I was actually 100% okay with it. Listen, if Uncharted drops today, I'm gonna buy it, J-Man. I ain't going front. But if another one never comes out, I'm also cool too. You understand what I mean? Like I'm cool either way. Because I feel like that's how you kind of ruin franchises by, when they overstay their welcome. You feel me? Right. Like I don't think we need another story from Nathan Drake. I think it kind of wrapped up perfectly. I think if they just do another one, they're just doing it for numbers, and it's already a established franchise and they're dropping it. But because of that, because like, where are you gonna take us next after this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you could remix a story with her daughter, or you could remix a story with Sam.
Oh no, that's exactly Sully. What they're gonna do.
They could do that, but I feel like the franchise kind of served its purpose for the time that it was great. You know what I'm saying? It carried the PS3. Yeah. It wrapped up on the PS4 with Uncharted 4, and I think it kind of ended it with a beautiful story. I think we should leave it alone. If they drop like a remake of the second one or the first one, I'm down for that. But as for new additions to the story, I think I'm okay. But if they do drop one, I'll probably check it out though.
Yeah, I think the rumors even was stating that it would be a different studio that would be working on the Uncharted series, taking it to a like.
Do you even really want that?
It depends. It depends. Like if it's going to be about his daughter and it's like they switching up the gameplay stuff, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I would not be mad at that.
Okay, that's interesting. You're saying switching up the gameplay but the gameplay to what? Where can they take us?
I don't know.
More cover shooting. Look, when it comes to, because I think we all can agree, when it comes to Uncharted's gameplay, it's actually really, really fucking basic, right? Like I think what makes the game...
It's a cover shooter.
Yeah, it's just a regular cover shooter. What makes the game amazing is it has a fun, witty, story, charismatic characters, lovable characters in the game, as well as some of the most incredible set pieces we've seen in gaming over the years, right? Like the set pieces are beautiful. So I don't know, like, what would the shift be? Like if they're making another one and they're going to really... evolve on the franchise in terms of the way you play. Like, what are they really gonna do next besides make another one of those type of games? I don't see where. Personally, I'm not the person made to create the game. So
the main character like more gadgets. Being that it's his daughter. Nate only had like the grappling hook. So if they want to expand the stealth options, they could definitely give like Cassie or whatever her name was, Cassandra, more stealth mechanics, more stealth options, more stealth gadgets. I could see something like that.
Man. New IP, J-Man. New IP. I think that's what we need.
But Naughty Dog is going to do a new IP.
That's good.
So look, based on this article that came out, if they're moving on from Uncharted and Last of Us they saying they're not making it unless it could do a compelling story. I think that should already let you know that they're making a new story, a new IP.
Low-key, I think The Last of Us is coming out with a third party. You know why I know? Because of the show. The show is gonna drive up. Yeah, the show is gonna drive up so much numbers, so much thing. They're gonna have to make one more game because of business. You think they're
working on that right now?
Well,
I don't think they're working on that right now.
Didn't they say they got an outline at least written for it? So has The Last of Us Part 3 gone to like production? I'm not too sure about that. I'm not sure.
I think there's a game in production right now that's a new IP from Naughty Dog.
I think
Last of Us being written is a given. Like Neil Druckmann's story, they're gonna always be working on something to just try and see if they could come up with something compelling. Yeah. But I think right now, because the last new IP they came out with, not new IP, but they did Last of Us in 2020. So I think the main game that they're working on right now is probably a new IP.
Yeah, and I think
other than
that's
the
what
factions.
I want to see. I think that's what I want to see. I know it's very safe to already just work on franchises that are already established, but I think with like studios like Naughty Dog, and they have such a great pedigree, I think as soon as they say they're dropping something new, I think they're in that kind of realm where people are checking for it no matter what, especially the hardcore gamers. We're checking for it if they're dropping a game. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see them try something different. I'm on the side. I want to see Naughty Dog do something different, man, because are we getting to the point that like are they a one trick pony, J-Man, with the type of games that they make? Are they a one trick? Like they do it extremely well, but you wouldn't want to see them do something different, like out the box.
No, absolutely. I want to see something different, bro. I want to get my factions, and then I want to see something
Yeah,
different.
like make a real maybe make a role playing game or some shit like that. I don't know, like do something different. I want to see it.
I don't
Nah,
know
you just
about
want
RPG
you want to cover another cover based stuff, third person action adventure.
Nah, it don't have to be that, but RPG, nah, I don't,
Yeah, I
nah.
want to see them do something out the box a little bit, you know.
And unless they could, transfer over their solid mechanic work into an RPG, like I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
They love all the storytelling shit, but I guess we have to wait and see what's the next game that they're cooking up in the meantime. But hopefully something new, unique. You know, hopefully Neil Druckmann and them are really inspired to create some dope. So there's that.
I'm confused too about that his quote on the Last of Us 3. Like there is a clear, compelling story to tell for a third game, especially with them exploring the virus more in this damn TV show. Like the TV show is giving us more about the origins of the virus than any game has ever. So how about we start to learn more about that and go back to that route?
Yeah. J-Main, leave and come back real quick. Like just end the call and start the call again. Yeah, you kind of bought in a little bit. Yeah. Damn, man, J-Main got the bots today, bro. What's your Xbox, man? He's been talking today. He's been botting like this so much. Say something real quick.
Yo, am I botting?
Much better, yo.
What the
Damn,
fuck
man, you got Rogers internet over there? What's going on, J-Main? Like you got Rogers? Like moving like how my internet used to be, yeah.
That's crazy. Let me see my connection is good and everything. I don't know.
No, you're sounding much better now.
Every time you leave, my shit.
Yeah, every time you leave and come back, it's literally fixed. Okay. All right, so to jump back into talking about Forspoken, we did get reviews. I know you gave us your impressions, so we don't have to really go there anymore. But we did get reviews for the game, and the critics pretty much think it's pretty mid. You know, it scored a 68 on Metacritic. It
67 now.
67 now. It has a yellow badge. Mixed reviews. What do you think Square Enix is going to be happy with the results of this game? Because it seems like how they were handling even the reviewing process for this game. It seems like not many people even got their hands on it to review on time and stuff like that. They were extremely selective who gets to review this game. And Loki, I think Square spent a lot of money on this game, so they're trying to ensure that, at least it breaks even. You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe that's why they're so selective with who gets to play the game, who gets to review the game and stuff. But think about this. Imagine being selective on who gets to review a game and they still come out and get bad reviews. That's crazy, bro.
You might as well let everybody get a copy, because then you probably would have had a better chance of getting some more good reviews off like sympathy and shit like that. Exactly. Oh, they gave me a cold. Let me give them a little favorable score.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Damn. Yeah,
but most of the scores?
No, I think when I first played the demo, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if this game scored in the 7s. Just based on the demo alone. And that was before I even got any like inkling about more story stuff. And that it seems like that's where the game like drags down a little bit for a lot of the reviews is the dialogue, is the story stuff, and just the open world activities. It feeling more like just a run of the mill open world type of game. And, like the activities at least that you do, and things getting repetitive and stuff like that for the activities. Yeah. And so, they like these days they're going to be way more harsher on open world games, especially after people have loved Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. I feel like
setting the bar high, yo. So like you can't.
Yeah, they're gonna be huge critics on these type of games.
So I got a whole different conversation that I wanna bounce off of this, and it's really about the gaming community, J-Main.
Uh-oh.
It's about the gaming community.
Let's speak on it,
bro. You motherfuckers, bro. So I'd be observing. You see, like I'm out the mix. Before I used to banter a lot with people and stuff, but I've been out the mix. I've been playing it cool for a long time now. But it's just funny watching how people behave on it. This should be written in a book. Like some people need to take like Harvard need to have classes on some of these people in terms of the inconsistencies, the flip flopping in the gaming community is absolutely ridiculous. And it's honestly, as a normal thinking person, you're a normal thinking person, I'm a normal thinking person. A lot of people watching this channel are typically normal thinking. We got a couple of scrambled brain niggas like Benji and a couple of other niggas that their brains are a little kind of fucked up.
Tokyo,
you know what I mean?
like, you know
yo, Tony.
We allow them to live.
Yeah, like so we got a couple of weirdos, but we still love you for who you are. You know what I mean? Who cares? Your brain a little scrambled and shit like that. But for the average normal people, like you just sitting back watching some of these behaviors, I'm like, yo, what is wrong with dudes? Bro, one day, J-Main, reviews, Metacritic, it's celebrated. Oh my God, God of War, 97, 96, you seen that? You seen that? They post that picture with all the 10s, with all the different outlets and shit like that. They're going crazy.
That's second,
J-Main, the second, bro, that a game that they're anticipating or the game that is on their preferred platform comes out and gets unfavorable reviews, guess what? Who needs reviews, bro? Who needs reviews? We don't listen to reviews. We don't play the game yourself.
Post their own review with their own Metascore.
Then later on, they're gonna make their own review to tell you why they love the game. But you just told us we don't care about reviews, so why should we listen to you in the first place? The gaming community honestly makes my head hurt sometimes with the mental gymnastics that some people be doing. It really be strange. These guys need to be studied. It really needs to be studied. You know what I mean?
You really gotta just laugh at it at this point. Like you
can't
like try to figure it out. You can't try to understand it. You'll drive yourself sick. Like you'll drive yourself crazy. Like trying to understand that shit. You just gotta laugh at it and keep scrolling. Like that's all it is.
Oh man, like it's
I see it. I see it all the time. I see it from both sides.
And then this is not even like a PlayStation thing or Xbox. It's both of them. It's because damn well, look, the Xbox mans are obviously shitting on Forspoken because it got a low score critically, right?
Yeah.
But just a couple of months ago with How Life, with them, they were defending that, saying that, play the game yourself, play the game. So like, it's like the pendulum switches every so often. Like the pendulum just switches. Like they're all literally the same. They're all literally have the exact same behaviors. It's just weird, bro.
They're children. They're just little kiddies that you see on the playground fighting over dumb shit. You just gotta look at it like, oh, so
literally
cute.
All the fucking same, bro. There's no difference between the PlayStation dudes. That's why they're literally all the fucking same, bro. It's just interesting to watch, and like someone just sits back and just sees this going down, because some of these games I know for a fact, if this was reverse and Xbox dropped Forspoken or had the time thing, I know some of these guys for sure what Xbox stench, trash, typical Xbox behavior. But now that place got a little 69 days, 68, 67. You're like, play yourself. Look, we just played ourselves, bro.
You know what I seen on the timeline today?
Wow, bro.
I seen somebody say Xbox Stealth dropped the game so that the review it gave people not enough time to have review scores on it, so that it couldn't get a low score and people could talk about it before playing it. I was like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is wild.
Nah, look, see, that's why like I do appreciate at least a lot of people that are in my circle that I speak to, because the majority of them have pretty normal working brains and they just love video games, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the dudes that I typically hang with, they don't care where a game is at, bro. And I appreciate that.
Right.
Like, they will play it wherever. If the game is hot, they playing it. And I think, that's some real gamer shit to me. That's some of the gamer mentality that the most people should have. They shouldn't really play these allegiances and the console was so heavy.
Man,
like, it's
fun to
bro, it's fun to troll. I'm telling you, have your fun, troll, talk your shit. Like, that's all fun and games. But for some people, you can see this is like real life for them, and it's just a little weird, bro. It's kind of weird.
You know those people, they under every comment section. You see those people, they always making the same type of comments.
Like
that's a lifestyle.
It has to be mental, bro. It has to be mental illness. It has to be.
Oh, you know what's that?
It has to be. It has to be, bro.
You know,
it's just a little strange.
Feeling like they belong to something, man. They love that shit.
Funny thing is, they doing all of this, but they get no acknowledgement from they get no. So what y'all doing this for?
In fact, they hate you dudes that do shit like that.
They don't give you nothing. The people that they call me, at least they blessing like niggas out here that are actually just act normal. The ones that be getting blessed. Like, it's weird, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is, bro. People are weird.
Crazy. But yeah,
All
them
right.
view scores, I think they're right in line
Fit in?
with what I've been playing so far. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that too much. But this studio, I don't know. The first game they made was what, Final Fantasy 15,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
this.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like they're going down. They going down. They not. You know what I mean?
You think Square
They
Enix
ain't doing it right.
you think Square Enix is gonna be bought out by PlayStation at this rate?
I don't see why they would. I don't see why PlayStation would spend money on this.
I think we had this conversation before, and the reason why I think it's weird is like, yo, where does that leave Nintendo? I keep on saying that because Nintendo has so much like partnerships and deals when it comes to games with Square Enix, though. If you really take it
Right.
in, so
Yeah.
I'm very interested if Square does get bought by PlayStation. Damn, that's like a lot of Nintendo be getting a lot of RPGs from Square Enix too, and a lot of like hidden gem games from them. So, Octopath
Yeah.
Traveler originally released on the Switch first,
On the
and stuff like
Switch.
that. You know what I mean? Bravely Default 2 as
Default.
well, released on
Yeah.
on the Switch. I believe it came out on the PC a little bit later and stuff like that. But like, it's gonna be very interesting to see where Nintendo falls in all of this. But it's looking like,
Yeah.
if it's not a remake or if it's not Final Fantasy, Square Enix is kind of dropping a lot of
Yeah.
bombs. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They're dropping a lot of bombs.
And that's why I don't think PlayStation would buy them, because it's like Final Fantasy, they already got that shit damn near exclusive for PS5 for at least 6 months. So if they could do shit like that, why buy them? Kingdom Hearts, people
It might not
like
be
that,
worth it, right? Yeah.
Why? The games already sell the best on PlayStation, and then you got the other games that come on Nintendo Switch. I think even if PlayStation got those games that were like exclusive to Nintendo Switch or Nintendo, I don't even think they would do as well on PlayStation anyway. So like I don't see the reason.
Yeah, yeah. Well, since we're on the topic of review scores, we did get review scores for Dead Space remake, and I believe it's currently
Yeah.
sitting at a 89 on Metacritic. I think
Yes.
so.
Yep.
It's pretty much what we expected. The game was a hit when it dropped in 2008, I believe. I believe it was 2008.
Yep.
It was a hit then, and all they did is have to really improve the visuals, a couple of mechanics, do a couple of changes, and boom, we got another high scoring game. These are the developers that are working on the Iron Man as well, so hopefully if this game turns out to be a great port and everything, and turns
Right.
out the changes that they made is fantastic. Hopefully this just means that these developers are capable of making a nice original Iron Man game, and we'll probably see
Yeah, because
more
I
in the
think
next
that
couple of years.
Iron Man game would be like one of the first games
Games
that
that they
they
make.
make on their own, like from top to bottom. I know that they helped out with a few things, but I think, Dead Space, of course, is the game they remade from top to bottom, but
Top
it's
to
not,
bottom
their
still
own
should be.
game. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So Iron Man would be their own. So if this Dead Space is looking like it's good,
Hopefully
Metacritic score only like 1 point off the original, like that's fantastic. So
Yeah.
to remake a game and get a score that's like pretty much the same, like that's good, because sometimes remakes could go left.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
People
for a
flop that shit.
beloved game.
Something, yeah,
For a
people
beloved
flop
game.
that shit.
So
I know I saw a couple people saying like, of course, God is like a sure plus thing, but it's not always the case. There's been remakes that has definitely bombed and not been good. So,
yeah.
It
Oh,
looks
looks like
good,
they
Damien.
did Star Wars Squadrons too. I didn't check that.
I can't wait for this game to come out tomorrow, bro. I'm super excited.
Oh,
for it, bro. Super,
I'm pissed
super
that this shit not dropping at midnight.
excited. I know I would have played it tonight if
I would have
had
live streamed that shit tonight, but now I gotta wait till tomorrow. So I'm pissed about that. I don't know why they're doing that global launch like that, but whatever.
Yeah, we got a super
It
chat
is what
donation
it
from
is.
Jay Harvey. He says, "Just finished Forspoken. Biomunit is better. LOL." This guy's still capturing
Damn.
Biomunit. This guy's still.
He the only person I
Biomutant
know
was
that
not
that
good,
beat
yo.
Biomutant.
He's the only one who's still talking about it, yo. Holy Jay Harvey, bro, let it go, bro. But no one's.
I think
checking
him
for
and
no
Optimus Cole
Biomutant,
rest
bro.
his soul, but I think them
Oh,
the only
they
two
love
dudes
that
I
game
know
too? I love that shit.
that
Oh,
beat
man.
that shit. Like that shit free on PlayStation Plus. I still ain't try that shit.
Yeah, bro, I ain't want to download that shit. That's crazy. We got over 120 people watching the show. Make sure you guys leave a like, man. So thank you guys for coming here and supporting the boys. Make sure you guys join the Discord. I'm gonna put the link in there so you guys can upload your photos for the featured thing that we do every podcast, posting y'all best screenshots. And yeah, man, hopefully you guys are enjoying the show.
I think next week I'm gonna upload some Abzu screenshots. It's about that time for the yearly playthrough.
God, bro. Oh my gosh.
A little Abzu, a little Gone Home. You know what I'm saying? I think I gotta bless y'all boys with a couple of those screenshots.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Square Enix, Jay, man, there was some bad news here. You want to tell the boys what happened, bro?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Here we go. When you look up "fumbled the bag" in the dictionary, you're pretty much guaranteed to find a picture of Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, and Marvel's Avengers. Crystal Dynamics has announced that it will end support for Marvel Avengers later this year. I believe it's March to be exact in terms of content support. And then the last time they will be doing game support, like updates, bug fixes, and things like that will be in September. So that pretty much is like what game came out 2020, pretty much like 2.5 years of support for this game. A Marvel Avengers game, a live service game that only has been supported for about 2.5 years.
It's a fail. That's a fail.
It's a goddamn disgrace.
It's a fail.
It's a goddamn disgrace. Yeah. Like you can't. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn who is developing. You telling me you got the IP of all of those characters, and you can't develop a game that can be supported for more than 2.5 years? Like, come on, no.
The funny thing, Jay Main, if they went the route of just telling a very compelling campaign in just a regular single player format, I'm sure this game would have been twice as successful as it is. I mean, did you see the support that this game was getting? They were literally reusing character moves for other characters. Did you pre it when people use the comparisons? Yeah. Like, I did. Like Captain America has like the same moves of like Black Panther. You know what I mean? Like, not those exactly, but I remember seeing side by sides compared. They were literally reusing some moves, but slightly tweaking them for like. Right. You could tell the budget for this just went to shit after a certain point, and they just stopped caring. And the simple fact, like you said, 2 years and they're already dropping support on a live service game. No, a live service game is supposed to be going on for a hot minute, not 2.5 years. So
you blame Square Enix or Crystal Dynamics for
you know what?
I
think you know what I think this is a result of politics. I really do think this game is
so the suits.
Politics. I think
the suits got involved.
I think the suits got involved with this. That's why the game is the way it is. Because typically, Crystal Dynamics actually makes pretty decent games. Like the first Tomb Raider was good. I don't care what people think. I think Rise of the Tomb Raider was good. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was mid.
Yeah, Rise was definitely good.
I really enjoyed Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Hell yeah. Game. I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah. So I know that, of course, there's some talented people over there at that studio, but I just think that the suits probably got involved. They wanted to monetize because everyone these days are trying to monetize on their games and go for these live service games where they could keep milking the player and stuff like that. But the problem is they made a very instead of like focusing like on the core experience of the gameplay and making that like super dope with a whole bunch of combos and stuff, they went for this like little weird games as a service type of like very basic moves and shit. Like it's I beat the game as well as a bunch of the content that they released after the fact. And what I got from like the main story is that you could tell they built even the main story missions. They built that shit around the live service aspect of the game. Like you're doing the same style of missions in the story that you're doing in like the end game stuff where you're getting XP and shit like that. Like the story missions are designed exactly the same, and it's like no, like that right there. I'm like, dog. If they would have just focused on creating or putting all their eggs in that story basket, they could have had something nice. Because I think the foundation was good, but just the way they even designed those story missions was like, dog, this shit plays like a live service game, even in the single player. Like, nah, no way, nah. So terrible. Well, and for them to only support it for 2 years, they might as well have just made it a single player game. Exactly.
That they released DLC for later on. Like, the hell?
Exactly. All right, moving on. We did get some news about Halo. Well, at least a statement. I mean, not say news. We did get a statement about Halo. I don't know if you guys remember the last podcast. We kind of went in a little bit on how Halo is like it's just in shambles. 343 got hit with some layoffs as well. One of the head guys left the company. So pretty much the whole entire Halo community and gamers are just wondering like, yo, what's going on? And there was rumors going around as well that 343 might not be heading the next Halo game. I don't know if you've seen those rumors floating around. They said they're just
I did.
They're just gonna coordinate other things like when it comes to story and stuff like that, but they will not be developing the next Halo game. So 343 came out and issued a statement because of this, and they came out and reaffirmed that they're gonna be creating the future Halo titles, and they're not pretty much going nowhere. Which a lot of people had mixed feelings about. A lot of people are like, I even seen some of the Halo guys, the big Halo guys in the community is like, like low key, we wouldn't be mad if y'all didn't work on the game and we got some fresh new developers in there, yo. So, J-Man, how do you feel about 343 being they're continuing to work on future Halo titles and they're not going nowhere pretty much there. So, just the exact statement. So, Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great. You know what makes Halo great, Jamie? All the content in there day one.
Bungie.
You know what I'm saying? All the content in there day one. You know what made Halo great? If Forge was available day one. You know, make people making all them cool ass maps that we're seeing on the timeline. But guess what? Nobody on the game like that. Nobody on the game like that. No more. Like, yo, it's so frustrating. I've seen some people make some cool Doom maps, Elden Ring maps, Call of Duty
maps.
Jamie, at one point in time, there was like 200 concurrent players playing this. Can you imagine all of this stuff was ready when the hype was at its peak? Because I said it once and I'll say it again. In terms of the way Halo Infinite plays, it's probably the second best, if not the best, playing Halo game. The second or best is between Halo 3 and Halo Infinite. That's how good I feel. That's how good I feel about the gameplay when in terms of how the game plays. The core mechanics are extremely good, and they nailed the artistic direction of this game. I've been extremely vocal on how I hate the look of Halo 4. I hate the look of Halo 5. It doesn't even look like Halo games to me. It looks like what's that, Warframe type of shit. Like it looks weird. But I love they absolutely nailed the art direction of Halo Infinite in the sense that it looks like a perfect fusion of Halo 2 and Halo 3, like how the Spartans would look. Like everything looks like they got a lot of things right, J-Ming, but they got a lot of things wrong at the same time. So it's just unfortunate that like it's just in a predicament. And like, how many times do we have to go through this? It seems like when Halo's in the news cycle, it's not about nothing good, bro. It's never anything good, bro. Ever since 343 took over, Halo 4 came out, it launched. People liked the campaign. I even enjoyed the campaign for what it was. The multiplayer died really quick because it tried to copy Call of Duty. It had loadouts, a whole bunch of weird shit, right? So cool. But that one was still, I would say, a pretty successful Halo launch. Then guess what? They come back with Master Chief Collection, broken for years. Halo 5, the worst campaign I've ever played. Ever, probably, is up there. It's terrible ass. There was a whole campaign chapter, J-Main, of you just walking from one point in the map to the end of the map, and that was the end of the chapter.
I remember that.
Come on, bro, J-Main, is that acceptable? Now we got Halo Infinite, which was extremely promising day one. Let me not get you twisted. It even got day one. The game was. I enjoyed the campaign. I still stand by it. It could have used different biomes and stuff like that, but overall, I love how the Halo Infinite campaign is pretty much a giant silent cartographer mission. That's one of the most fan favorite missions in Halo history, in Halo Combat Evolved, the one that lets you explore the areas and stuff like that.
The area.
So the fact that they made a transition into this kind of open sandbox with the campaign, J-Man, is actually a brilliant idea, J-Man. It's a good idea that they switched that from the typical corridor type of shooter that Halo was. You kind of go from chapter to room type of shit. So I think that was a great idea. And the little bit of the open world, the Far Cry-esque that happened, I think that transitioned well in Halo, but I feel like this should have been a lot bigger. It should have been a lot vaster. Should have had different biomes. They could have done so much with this J-Main than what they did. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I still stand by it. I really enjoyed this campaign. I had a good time with it. The multiplayer as well, really great multiplayer. But J-Main, by month 2, month 3, bro, new maps.
You start waiting for new content,
bro. All right, y'all gave it to us for free. Where's the new stuff, right? And pretty much it just fell flat. We just got tired of playing the same 3 maps and the same, like, it just got.
So what the fuck? What the fuck were they promising then as a 10-year game? Like, if they couldn't even get this shit out the gate, at launch, like what made them feel confident about saying this is supposed to be like a 10-year game? They should have just shut the hell up, especially on that one. But shit, you asked me the question. It sounds like do you want 343 to continue to be at the helm?
Honestly, at this point,
it sounds like you don't.
Yeah, I'm at the space. I'm at the space where I feel like Halo it might need new developers. Yet 3 strikes you're out, J-Main.
Absolutely.
3 strikes you're out.
I believe that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're on your 3rd attempt and you didn't nail it out. You didn't nail it. You know? Yeah. So this is a franchise that needs to be respected. Phil Spencer came out and said, "Oh, we don't get Halo right. That means something wrong." Some shit like along the lines of some shit like that. We need it as an Xbox. Oh, we need to get Halo right. But y'all been fucking up for like the last literally decade. So
yeah,
honestly, if they could get new developers behind it, like I don't know, I'd rather see something new than what they're doing now. But the funny thing is, like, this could have been great. Maybe they just need a lot more time cooking. Maybe it just needs better leadership. Like, I don't know what is going on, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I think Halo needs to die. Like, for
that's
a long
cold.
Time.
That's so cold. But I might be on that type of time. Like Halo Infinite, they might need to take like a 8-year break.
Like a whole generation. Let that shit go.
8-year break, bro.
And
focus on new IPs too. Because I think that's what Microsoft needs the most right now.
Yeah, they need to rebuild the Halo team over there at 343 and start from the ground, because
you know what, they don't
and not even completely from the ground.
Maybe they don't need Halo, but they need the next Halo. So they might just need the new hotness. Maybe they should be focusing their talents on creating something that's new that can capture people like they once did with Halo. Maybe that's the focus that they should go for.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either, because that's some big shoes to fill. Like 343 has some big shoes to fill, and to me, they haven't captured it. It sounds like to you they haven't captured it yet. So why not? Like, all right, let's go away from it. Let's just try something else, because clearly this ain't it. This ain't it.
Yeah,
you know.
For real.
For them to come out with this statement, I don't think it made a lot of people happy. Like, I see some people reacting to it like
it was Halo hardcore mixed reviews,
right? Like, because they know Halo means a lot to them, just like you. You very passionate about Halo. Halo was, you know what I mean? That's your shit. So for it to not be like the best that it can be, as it should be, then why not just let it go? That's what I'm saying.
Like, if they can't get it right now, then they should let it hibernate until they could get it right. Because once again, Halo needs to come out, and it needs to be one of those. It needs to be like it needs to be one of them releases that is like it's cemented. Like, you know when Halo's coming out, you know it's gonna be fire. But now it's at the point that when the Halo's coming out, we don't know it's gonna be fire, bro. Like, we don't know if it's gonna be good. We don't know if it's, like, that's a problem.
I remember those Halo launches. Halo 3, dog. Oh my god.
What we knew, all the marketing into Halo 3, like, we knew that was a for sure banger, bro. Like, when Halo 3 was coming out, I remember this. So, bro, I was in high school with it, bro. I remember this with T. Like, prior to the launch of Halo 3, we knew that game was going to be it, and that's all everyone was thinking about it. Like, at the time, like, when Halo 3 come out, it's going to be crazy. Now, if they're saying they're dropping a new Halo, like, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, am I hyped? Am I excited?
You say, who's working on it?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's an issue. I think that's an issue in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's an issue in itself. That now we're at the space where we're kind of like, Halo's not a for sure banger. Yeah, it's not a for sure banger.
Yep. You question the quality of
everyone
it.
thinks the next GTA is a for sure banger. Everyone thinks the next Naughty Dog creation is a for sure banger.
It's a banger.
You know what I'm trying to say? Halo was kind of like that. Was like on that type of time. Like, when a Halo game used to drop back in the day, or like Halo 2 was coming out, Halo 3, even Reach, J-Main. When Reach was coming, man, we're mad excited for that shit.
Right.
We knew they were going to be bangers. But now it's like, now I don't know how to feel, bro, when hearing about this shit. So
do you think if they did add a battle royale, would it help this game? Being that battle royale is like,
J-Main,
what the kids love these days.
J-Main, I think, the only way I think this game can be salvaged, like, honestly, I'm so serious. The only way I think this game can be remotely salvaged in terms of, not, it plays good once again, but in terms of capturing an audience, is launching a brand new campaign, right? A brand new story campaign. I think it's a necessity. Hear me out. Right now, if they showed a trailer of a story campaign, at least it will get people interested in saying, like, yo, I want to see what happens in that. And they might jump into that When they jump into that, they might jump into the multiplayer right after that if you have content in there while they have the game already installed and ready to play. I think the game needs to kind of relaunch with like a new campaign, like Halo Infinite, Endless, or you know what I mean? Like something like one of them, like a
big expansion type shit.
Super big expansion. So they need to go away, create this campaign. It needs to be like a total relaunch of the game, Halo Infinite, Endless, or some shit like that, right? And get people hyped for that, right? Then once again, make sure your multiplayer is ready at that point, right? And is in a good state that people could possibly stay on and continue after playing the campaign and jump back into the multiplayer. I think that's probably the best route that they can go at this point. The route after that is developing a new Halo. Look, I'm sure they're gonna get people interested because there's always gonna be Halo fans out there. You know, I'm in my heart, I'm always gonna be checking out for Halo, but I don't know, man. I think maybe that's the best thing that they could do at this point is literally just going away, coming back for a new campaign and relaunching the game.
So another quick question I want to ask. I don't know if you've been on Halo recently, but
with
Forge. Okay, with Forge being a thing now, do they do like Forge featured nights or like Forge featured weeks where they'll feature a Forge map and like put it on like the main screen for people to try out?
What? I'm actually not sure because the one I went to go play quick play. Because low key, I was trying to play ranked, and J-Man, guess what? The waiting times were pretty long for ranked. On God, bro. I was trying to play some ranked. The waiting times were too long, so I went to quick play, and all the maps I was getting at the time, I only played the game maybe last week. It had to have been just last week I played the game multiplayer, and I was literally getting the same maps that I've been playing since the game launched, bro. I was literally getting the same fucking maps, which some of them are great maps, but like, dad, mix it up, man. Like Call of Duty been on is already, at least they bring like the OG maps and shit like that. I think they did bring the pit back and stuff like that. And I think they have like another one as well, but I was getting like the same old maps and shit like that. So yeah, well, someone in the chat said Forge maps aren't in matchmaking yet. So I know in the Master Chief Collection they used to do some shit like that. So hopefully they can do that. And
that would be, I think that would be smart because like if you do something like that every week, it'll give everybody like a new maps to play at least every week. You know what I'm saying? Freshen it up.
You know what I think? I think if Forge was available day one, Halo probably wouldn't be as bad as state as it is in today. I think low key.
I don't think so either. Especially if like the shit I be seeing, I be wanting to hop on and play that shit. Like, man, that shit look fire.
But nah,
they recreate classic maps.
Halo, I have to tell my boys to literally reinstall the game again. And mans are so stingy with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they are so stingy.
They ain't trying to use that bandwidth on that garbage.
You know what I'm saying? So when this game was at its most like hyped at the peak, that shit should have been ready, bro. Forge. I really think if Forge was there day one, it would have been at least in a much better space than it is.
What a featured type of like a release where they give you like a new
think
map
about all
and
the
shit
custom
every
games.
week.
Just
That
think
would be
about all the
fire.
custom games that people were making, and you already know you had over 200K concurrent players playing the game. You know how much some of them players might be making some maps as we speak. You know, like the community would have been nice and alive, bro. Like,
yeah, God, bro. Like if Forge was there, what that was 2021 that shit came out.
I believe so.
Yeah, Forge. So we going. This is like almost year 2 and shit like that, or 2 years since it came out. Yeah, like this shit would have been booming. Like the amount of Forge maps would have been insane.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. The game types. Oh my god, bro. Talking about Halo makes my hair hurt.
They fucked up.
It made my head hurt thinking about the way it is right now, bro. It's just fucking sad, bro. But it is what it is.
Going on to that Xbox Developer Direct, man.
Let's get to it. That's the last topic of the day. Last topic of the day. So we got the Developer Direct. It was about 40 minutes long. They said that they're going to talk about 4 games, which were Minecraft Legends, Elder Scrolls Online, Forza Motorsport, and Redfall. But during the show, there was a surprise there. And I knew it. I knew it had to be a surprise. Because I remember I made a tweet, I made a tweet saying like, there has to be at least one surprise. That's all I'm asking for. You know what I mean? Because think about it. People are saying like, Aaron Greenberg's been running around Twitter saying, no surprises, bro. No, or like, that's all we got. No, just keep your expectations.
Or like temper your expectations.
Keep your expectations in check. And of course, my expectations were checking that video. But I feel like, if you're doing a conference and you haven't like made any sort of announcements in a while. Like you have to have a surprise for the fans. It's typical because think about it. The Nintendo Directs that we watch, J-Man, you know how much times they say that we're only showing these games, by the end of it, they show something. They show something that throws off the fans. That's what you do for fans. That's what you do, right? So I'm glad that they did sneak in a game in there by Tango GameWorks, I believe. That's right. The people who made the Evil Fin 1 and 2 and Ghostwire Tokyo. They have they made a little smaller project called Hi-Fi Rush Looks, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But Jamie, what do you think about the developer direct though?
I thought the format was really good.
I like the format.
I like the length of it, pause, and I like the just the developers talking about their games for a little bit, showing some gameplay clips in between. Even some of them we had got like straight up like developer walkthroughs of like missions and stuff like that. So I thought that format overall was nice. The games there, most of them weren't for me. The one game that I really was looking forward to actually disappointed me the most, which was Redfall. And the one that I didn't expect to be there, which was a surprise, actually was the best thing I think
looked the best.
was there. So I thought, like you said, that surprise itself was nice, and the fact that we got that announcement was dope as hell. Especially see that it was available fucking right then and there after the show,
which was genius. Which we're gonna talk about why that was genius. I'm gonna give my 2 cents on that. Why that was perfect.
Yeah. So how did you feel about it overall though?
The games showing, the only games that I was actually looking forward to seeing was Forza Motorsport, which was my number 1.
Right.
And Redfall, I've always been mixed about Redfall. It didn't ever look like amazing to me at no point in time when they showed this game. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the game never looked like it never blew me away when they originally showed it. And it's after watching this shit, it still like does nothing for me. It looks like your typical shooter. And call me jaded or whatever, but I feel like I've played it all at this point. Like I've been here, done that. It's just another shooter and just in a different setting. With this time we're shooting zombies, this time we're shooting vampires, this time we're shooting this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of looking for what you're kind of doing different. I think that's how I'd be feeling. And it's like one of those type of hero shooters where there's gonna be a lot of loot you can get and stuff like that, and this open world game where you can do missions with your friends. I'm sure it's gonna be entertaining for that. When you get together with your friends, most games are pretty fun to play, and I think it might be worth a playthrough from what I'm seeing. But this trailer or the footage that they showed from me, the only thing that I will say looked dope was just all the different environments that they showed. I thought like the game. I know some people are kind of dissing on the graphics and shit like that, but artistically, I think the game looks actually pretty solid. But the gameplay in general just seems very basic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems like very like a game that we already played before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I was disappointed is that I thought they could have did a much better job of showing more of the abilities of each character. Like I feel like they didn't really go too much in depth with each character, was showing why each one was majorly different than the other one. I thought it could have been a much better showing, because that's what I liked about the game, is that they had these 4 different types of characters that you could choose from. And when they first showed that girl, I think her name is Layla, where she has like the ability to use the elevator that you can use to like catapult yourself up in the air. Like I thought that stuff was cool, but I don't think they had something like that in this showing that was like, yo, I can't wait to use that character. I don't think that was there in this showing. Yeah. So
you know what? From what I've been seeing people say, like I was talking to some people as well, and they actually seem kind of disappointed in some of the other characters' abilities. They didn't look like all like
they didn't look unique. They
didn't look super cool or anything like that.
It did not.
Once again, Redfall. I know it's a lot of game that a lot of y'all are people are anticipating about. It's a game I'm gonna check out 100%, but I'm just not super excited for it. And I felt like this showing really didn't change my mind about that. That's how I felt about Redfall. I will say, Jamie, that Forza Motorsport,
whew, goddamn. I watched that shit in 4K, dog.
Me too, bro.
I don't play racing games, but that shit is fucking visual porn, dog. That shit is beautiful. Oh my god.
Incredible. Super big. I'm a super big motorsports guy.
Yeah.
Like I explained it before, maybe 7 and 6 is the only ones I actually didn't put crazy amount of time in, because I think they were just pumping them out a little bit too fast for my liking at that time when those came out. But when it comes to, you can check my shit for Forza Motorsport 2. Even the OG one on Xbox. But 2 on 363, 4, 5, I have a shit ton of hours in those games. You know, I played the shit out of them. Obviously, I really like the Horizon franchise as well. Played all of them as well. Motorsport looks really fucking good, bro. Really, really good.
And this is the first one since what, 2017?
It's
for
been a
Motorsport?
while. And I was glad to I'm glad to hear that there's over 500 cars in the game, which is pretty dope as well. They were pretty much explaining how they really went in for everything when it comes to the audio, ray tracing, all of that, and everything.
It's 20 different environments with dynamic weather.
Yeah.
Single player career mode. Is that something new, or have they had?
No. They've been having a career mode, unless you're doing something different. Like, you pretty much have a career, and you just pretty much go through event races and shit like that, and with different classes of cars. So I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be very similar to that. I'm going to be picking up this game day one. Hopefully Microsoft go ahead and send me a copy early, but I'll definitely be picking up this game.
What day is that?
Jamie, that's another problem. I don't know when that is going to be because they didn't give us a release date.
Yo, stingy as hell with that release date, bro.
That was like the only thing I was disappointed by the end of this. I'm like, yo, where the hell is the release date, man? This is supposed to be the first half of the year, right? Like the first half of 2023.
Supposed to be by June.
So where the hell is the release date? So that's making me think, is this game getting pushed back into like November or some shit like that? Like, or is it gonna come at the tail end in June? Like, where's the release date for this game?
The fact that it wasn't announced here got me believing that it's going to be
pushed back a little bit, like an internal
past
delay,
June.
like a little internal delay.
Yeah, because it's like even games that are coming out in June actually had a release date at the show. I think was it the Elder Scrolls expansion? No, I think that's March. Oh no, Redfall was May. So yeah, even the game as late as May got a release date. So I don't know. Oh, I think and Minecraft was April. So I don't know. It could be June, but I don't know. The fact that they didn't announce it here got me believing that it's gonna be pushed back later.
Well, hopefully, Microsoft sticks with this developer direct thing. Soon they're about to have over 30 studios if the Activision Blizzard thing goes through. And I'm tired of waiting until E3 to hear news from Microsoft and stuff like that. So Nintendo kicked it off pretty much direct to fans with their Nintendo Direct. PlayStation followed suit with a very similar format, pretty much the same thing. And Microsoft, I think this is a really good way to show what your studios are working on. You know what I mean? Highlight games every quarter.
Much better than Inside Xbox shit.
Way better. Way better. But the problem is, it seems like Microsoft starts something with one of these and they just don't stick with it. We actually like this, the way this format is. You might not like the content in there. Like, even all the content that was in there for me, I don't really care for Minecraft. I know it's a big game. I don't care for Elder Scrolls Online, but I know people play that shit. But just the way that the message was delivered, I do like it a lot. You know what I mean? Like, they need to do this every so often when they got some coming out. So
and they'll have enough studios especially if the Activision Blizzard deal go through,
pump one of these
every I say like every 3, maybe 4 months. They could probably do some shit like this.
Because you have to take account. I know we watch it like this and we probably think it takes them a second to do, but it probably to create something like this, Jamie, and it probably takes a whole lot of coordination. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Probably a whole lot of work. You got to go to the studios. You got to shoot this. You got to do the editing. You got to make sure to get the footage. I'm pretty sure to make a production like this is not easy. You know what I mean? And it does take time. So every 4 or 5 months, I think it's cool. Because you're going to have so many studios.
You're right. Because they actually end the studios, too, like when they're recording this shit. It's not like they're just like a voice talking and then showing a trailer. It's actually like actually getting developer feedback and they're showing you the work environments. They're showing you
some production.
Like,
it's a bigger production.
Beat by beat gameplay, stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. So I would definitely like to see one of these more often. Yeah. And especially if they have a nice little surprise like that.
So think about it. Like right now, people are always having a conversation like, yo, what does Microsoft need to do to kind of get this perception off from them, like this negative perception from them? And I think this is a start, being very transparent with your consumers in a sense like this and showing what you're cooking up over time. Like, I think something like this being in a news cycle every 5 months because you're doing every 4 or 5 months because you're doing one of these developer directs, keeps people talking about your console. It gets people getting excited for what games that you're working on and stuff like that. And doing things like what they just did with Tango Games, work with Hi-Fi Rush, was super dope.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Look, if Microsoft is getting some of these studios and they're gonna allocate some of them or to make AA games like Hi-Fi Rush, I'm 100% with that. Because low key, the AAA market, as much as I love my AAA games too, and I think we need some AA games in the mix, like the smaller games, the creative games and stuff like this. Because I played this new game, Hi-Fi Rush, and it really took me back to like 2000 and 2001 situation. Like it really feels like a game from that era. It's just incredibly dope. It's pretty much like a beat 'em up. It's like a Devil May Cry meets like a rhythm game type. You know what I mean? Type of situation. Which meets Sunset Overdrive with Jet Set Radio.
The art style, Jet Set Radio.
Like it's extremely creative, and I think the way that they launched this game was actually perfect. Because I imagine if they did a big ass rollout for this game, gave it time for people to kind of like marinate, to judge, to like to talk shit. I think the way that they handled this, it probably is gonna do really well because our very first impressions of this, it looked incredible. You know what I mean? Most people seen it's like, yo, what the fuck is this? It looks super dope. Then they're like, it's available right now. Everyone just went straight to go either download it on Game Pass or go fucking buy the game. To the point that
shit look good.
Top selling
I want to play it now. It's there.
Selling games on Steam. And after putting some time into Hi-Fi Rush, I definitely could say this game is definitely one of them AA gems that's probably gonna out this year. The game is really good, man. I love the music. I love the art direction. I think we need more games like this, man, to mix it up.
Microsoft is actually in a good position with their studios because like they have them doing these like smaller. Well, they don't have them. They want to do these smaller projects as well as them working on the big AAA games too.
In the mix.
Yeah, it's like Tango Gameworks when they just dropped Ghostwire Tokyo. If you didn't like it, cool, but they did just drop that, and then they got this that just came out, and they're working on something else, whether it's even Within bigger. 3 or a different like AAA IP. And then like with Obsidian, they had Pentiment that came out. Regardless of how you felt about it, a smaller title, not for everybody. Yeah. But they already showed you that they got Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds 2 coming, and Avowed. Hopefully we get to see more Avowed soon. But that coming too. So I like the rollout. The game's good.
Intelligent for this type of game.
Yeah, it's smart. Like, right. So for them, I'm not worried about the smaller titles like for Xbox. For me, like I know what you said, like we need more of these smaller titles, but I'm not worried about them because I think they actually do a pretty decent job as of right now with we're bringing those out and putting them on a platform where they can get like a lot of shine and shit like that. It is the bigger titles that I am worried about. So that I'm not asking for that from this showcase because they told us what was coming here. But in the future, that's what I'm hoping to see, even if it's this type of format. Like I want to see more of those bigger games in this style of format. So next time they show Hellblade, perfectly it could be in like a developer showcase, Perfect Dark, shit like that. Avowed, if that's even close, Fable, stuff like that. Like I want to see even in this style of format would be perfect.
Yo, honestly, just looking at this game makes me happy, bro. Just looking at this, like, the style, it really does.
Yo, the art style is nice, man. Bro, it's nice so as hell.
Beautiful. Like, it's just a nice change. Like, yo, we play a lot of gritty games, my guy, bro. We were just about to experience some Dead Space. Even if you go look at Forspoken, low key, the color tones are not even that vibrant like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we play a lot of gritty games. So seeing a game like this, like I said, it reminds me of something that that would have released in like in the early 2000s, but in a good way though. Like in a good way. Like, this is what we be asking for when we say we want like the jet sets and we want those type of games back. Like just the game, just video games, just at its purest form. Just fun, just fun, not taking yourself too seriously. I also installed it on the Steam Deck. Runs extremely well on the Steam Deck as well. So
I bet it do. Like this game is it can run on the calculator. Like this shit runs.
But the funny thing is, like a game like this, it will be timeless because the way it looks. It will never get old, J-Main. Like you know what I'm trying to say? 5 years later, this game's still gonna look good because of the art direction that they chose. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You didn't really get to play much of it, right?
Nah, I just like booted up on my PC, ran it, and did like the intro stuff. Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy that I played, but so far, like I'm going to try it more. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna play
Yeah,
more of
yeah.
it this
There's some Dead
weekend. I
Space in
definitely
the
want to go.
in rotation. I'm happy. I'm really happy about that.
That's
I'm
actually the
playing some Dead
perfect
Space.
balance right there.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like switch it up, bro. Like I need
Hmm.
different. Like I feel like you get to this point where you be gaming. Like I low key, man. I know man see me as young, but I low key been gaming like our entire lives. Yo. I've been playing games my entire life, bro. So it gets to a point
Yeah,
where shit becomes a little like stagnant, and I kind of crave something new, different, and
yeah,
something that's even visually striking, visually different. It's
like a
something
palate
original,
cleanser.
something original. Because you start to play a lot of these games and to be very low key, very similar, yo. Same old shit that
Yeah,
you low key doing in these games. So, Hi-Fi Rush was a breath of fresh air, and hopefully we get more AA games in the mix as these bigger titles. Because I think it's needed. I think it's needed. Like Sifu was one of my favorite games of last year. Sifu was
right.
absolutely incredible. Easily my second favorite game of the year. So
Yeah,
enjoyed it a lot.
there you go.
What else did they show? Yeah, well,
I was pretty much.
that's pretty much.
Minecraft Legends.
Yeah,
We didn't really
Minecraft
talk
Legend. We,
about
we don't
that,
have to, we
but
don't have to really talk about that. Hey, if you like Minecraft, go check it out, bro. But
that would
I
be
don't
up your
know, man.
bag. The shit kind of looked like Age of
Well,
Empires when
stop it,
I
man.
was
Don't
watching the
disrespect.
gameplay. I'm like, oh, they building bases and
Nah,
forts and
that's
shit.
not
Like,
it.
I
That's
thought,
not it. Yo, I'm sure
oh,
it's probably
alright.
good for the people who like it, but I'm not a Minecraft guy. So for those, go check that out.
For some reason, I thought Minecraft Legends already came out, but that was Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah,
I was tripping on that. So
yeah.
this
Legends
is
is
something different.
yeah.
And then Elder
Like I say,
Scrolls
Redfall didn't really do much for me. So the highlights of the show was definitely Forza Motorsport, which we didn't get a release date.
and
But we
Hi-Fi
got
Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush was a super dope stealth drop, super dope stealth drop.
Yeah, low key. You know what I think what might end up starting to happen too. Watch the conversation, but uh, you're gonna start to see more conversations about Microsoft doing better in the AA space. Now that PlayStation is more AAA focused, and especially with them shutting down like Japan Studio, like their first party output is like all AAA now,
AAA,
and
right?
you're not getting the games like Gravity Rush anymore, or
Exactly.
you
And that's the games
probably.
that we need too. I feel like those are the games that I want to play. Like a Gravity Rush was super. That shit was super.
I love
dope.
Gravity Rush. That was my
Creative,
shit.
it was so dope, bro. We need more.
Yeah. So
games like
what
this.
PlayStation does now is they like partner with other like double A or indie studios for those type of games, but you don't see them like first party wise anymore. So I guess they still give them to you just in different ways. But when it comes to like the direct comparison, you'll start to see the conversation shift a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully, hey J man. Hopefully this is a sign that after this Xbox developer direct, this is a sign of good things coming for Microsoft in terms of, like, 'cause at the end of the day, yo, if they could produce great games, we all win. Loki, who else are gonna play the games? We're the ones that are gonna play the games, right? So
Right.
I'm praying to God they produce, yo. You know what I mean? Like some people, like it's weird. Like I see some people, it seems like they have like a personal vendetta with Microsoft and Xbox and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a person. It's just weird. You know what I mean? Like I actually want to see them do it. Like genuinely, I actually want to see them do. Because at the end of the day, we Loki. It's not an allegiance thing. It's like we win. We get to play some more dope games,
Some
bro.
more
Like,
games,
yeah, we
right.
get to play more games. Like why wouldn't you want them to produce and deliver great experiences? So I don't get it, bro.
There's more
But
games
yeah,
for us. We don't gotta have these pockets where it's like, nothing to play
droughts.
because
Yeah, that's why.
Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo all delivering. Like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what
we
we
need
want.
that.
So
Yeah, exactly.
we ain't being hard on them just to be hard on them. It's like we want
Yeah.
them to do better. Like it's like your
Yeah,
favorite
but
sports
I feel
team.
like
Like
no,
you're
but I
not
feel
being
like when
hard on
they're,
them
I
because you
feel
want
like
them
when
to
they do,
suck.
I get that, but I feel like also when they're doing something positive, people would refuse to acknowledge it too, which is I find that's kind of strange. I feel like
Yeah.
when they're doing something good and positive, then we can acknowledge that this is the
But
type
when
of
you
shit, energy we want.
when
too,
you
know what
when
I'm
you put
saying?
yourself in a hole like this, you kind of gotta expect that until you like do something outstanding. Like that's just the energy that you reciprocate because you have been you neglected people so long that even when you do something
It's
small, it's gonna be like,
understandable. Yeah, it's understandable. Like people are expecting the
it's
most.
cool.
So what they need right now more than anything is consistencies and
Yes,
regular
yep,
consistency is like
yep.
number one for Microsoft and
And fan
consistency.
service.
Yeah, fan service, consistency, and like quality game drops, like actually real quality game drops. Whether they're AA or AAA games. So,
Yeah.
it's yeah. But developer direct, I enjoyed it. Hopefully, we get more of these frequently, and they stick with this format. And I already bought Hi-Fi Rush. Like I said, I've been playing it. I'm gonna try and finish it.
How much
this
was it
weekend.
when you
It
bought it?
It's
full
38
retail,
Canadian.
right?
Yeah, I bought it for 38.
Oh, okay,
Canadian,
so like a
man.
$30 game.
So it's probably like 29 for you guys. Who knows, man? Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's
Check out
$30. Yeah, I'm about
29
to.
for y'all.
Yeah, yep,
It's
$30.
definitely worth.
Okay,
Yeah, it's definitely worth that price for what I paid. It's definitely worth it. So.
I'm on that Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bing.
And it seems like the people over there at Steam are really loving it. The user scores are extremely positive for Steam. Extremely positive.
That's because they can actually run the game. I mean, we seen them Steam charts. Motherfuckers got calculators in their PCs, so they just like, oh shit, a game I can run. Positive review.
That's crazy.
Wait,
That's crazy.
let's see. Okay, so the game is about 8 hours long. Oh, that's actually longer than I
Not
thought. It would
bad,
be.
right?
Yeah.
So that's not
Okay.
bad. $30, bro. Shit, isn't that as long as to beat Forspoken? I ain't go 8-10 hours to beat the main story in that too, bro. Like,
Yeah, I heard the main story is actually shortened for
it's like,
Forspoken.
yeah, I heard it's like 10 hours tops. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we got a super chat donation, so we're gonna do this super chat donation before we get out of here. We appreciate everyone who stuck around the podcast and watch and listen and watch live. Shout out to all the people who are gonna watch this shit later too. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys leave a like. Always helps to support your boys, and make sure you subscribe to J-Main's channel in the comments section. I'm about to
Yes.
post a link to the Discord right now. So if you want to be a part of the Good Gaming Discord, where we actually just play games, we don't sit there and gossip about niggas. We actually play video games in there.
Preach. Speak on it.
Not like other Discords that are there, but I ain't gonna say no names. But we actually in there in the chat on a daily basis playing video games. So if you actually are a cool person and you're not a weirdo, if you act like a weirdo, you're getting kicked out immediately. We just like to chill and just play video games and laugh at each other and shit like that. So I'm about to post it. Join up, post, get involved with the photo mode thread, and post your photo so we can feature it on the podcast. I'm gonna start doing prizes and winners for whoever has the best screenshots really soon. So here's the Discord. And the super chat, the last super chat that we have is from Kay. He says, "Are y'all picking up Hogwarts Legacy 100%?" J-Man, they dropped new gameplay.
for sure.
Actually, speaking on that, they dropped.
I've been. Oh yeah, I watched about 3 impression videos from the media event that they recently had. Man, that shit is looking too damn good.
Wow,
it's
people are really happy with it,
looking
right?
good, man. Like, dog, it's like I'm watching this shit and like, especially when some of the impression videos I'm watching where people are using some of like the forbidden or the dark arts or whatever they call it. Like even the people that are playing it are like, oh shit, that's kind of gruesome for a Harry Potter style game. Like I like seeing stuff like that because that's the type of player I'm gonna be. Like I'm gonna be trying to kill as many people as I possibly can. Like it's gonna get lit, but it looks like so like customizable from the characters to the high, not hideouts, but the just the area that you're in terms of what house you pick. I think it's the house den, and then you can swim in the game, you can fly on the broom in the game, you can fly on mystical beast in the game. Like it's a lot of shit to do in that game. So the combat is looking solid, and the content overall looks looking solid. So I wish they had a Quidditch mode, but maybe it'll come later in like a update or some shit like that or some DLC. But it looks good. It looks like it's gonna be a blast to play. Nothing impressive visually, but gameplay wise, content wise, it looks solid.
Visually, I will say that it's not like the best looking game we've seen, but I will say the artistic direction of how they recreated this Hogwarts shit in terms of just you know placements of shit like the scene right here that's on the screen. Like it's visually pleasing. You know what I mean? In that sense, right? So I think for the people who know Harry Potter, it seems to be very authentic, and they seem to be extremely excited for it. For me, I'm not so familiar with Harry Potter lore and like that. Once again, I'm only playing this game because it reminds me of Bully for a certain extent.
That's what I'll be saying too.
I always wanted a Bully sequel, so this might be the closest thing where you could do some of that school shit. You know, create your character, whether decide to be good or bad. You know, I'm down to give this a go. And the combat from the new footage that I've been seeing around actually looks like it's pretty fun to play. You know, I guess waving a wand around, it can be fun, sir. You know what I mean? Looks like it might be fun.
Yo, like I was wondering more about the combat too, and after looking at some new gameplay, like it's a lot of shit, like a lot of different styles of attacks and stuff that you could use in this game. Yeah. And it seems to have like a dodge mechanic, a parry mechanic, all types of stuff.
I heard them say that some people are assuming that it plays more like a shooter in terms of the wand, but no, people are saying it actually plays more like on a fighting game sense or like a combo sense type of the gameplay's on that type of time, you know, where you do like
Yeah.
combos and shit like that. And
Yep.
I think that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting way to do this. So
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna be picking up this game day one. I'm definitely gonna pick it up.
One thing I haven't seen is how much of the school aspect is in the game. Like, do you have to like attend classes? I don't know
I kind of
how much of that you got to do.
I hope there's a lot of that because I think that's what makes these types of games like immersive. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like having that and just make it rewarding. Like if I go and do these activities, I go and study, make it rewarding that I get
like learn new spells.
like make it rewarding and it's fun, right? Then that's like role playing mechanics. Like I like that type of shit in my games. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that type of shit is fly.
I would like it too. I'm with it. Actually, the game comes out what 2
Next
weeks,
month, right? Not too long from now.
2 weeks, So after 2 weeks from tomorrow, the game will be out. February.
We're
10th,
finally in a good space where we're getting to play, some really good games with Hi-Fi Rush. Now we're getting Dead Space. Now we're getting Hogwarts, which is looking to be very promising. It might deliver. And after that, I think we got Resident Evil 4. So I think we're starting to be in a space where we have some really great games coming, as well as if you play on Nintendo, Fire Emblem Engage came on, and that game seems to be really good. I'm gonna be hopping on that really soon. So, yeah, man,
I'm with it.
I'm a happy gamer today. That's all I have to say, man. I'm a happy gamer today, bro.
Get some good gaming in this weekend, folks.
Yes, sir. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Me and J-Man are about to get out of here. Once again, make sure you guys leave a like. And we would really appreciate it. Subscribe to both of our channels. If you're chatting, you're already a subscriber, so I appreciate you.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna get out here, and y'all gonna see us next week. All right. I got content coming out this weekend. I got another production coming out Saturday or Sunday. You know what I mean? This shit takes a lot of time. When I do this shit, it takes a lot of time. So Saturday, Sunday, I got a production coming. Once again, it's just my opinion. I want to put it out there. Don't attack me. Don't hate me, bro. It's just my personal opinion. That's all I'm gonna say, right? I'm gonna address a couple of things. It's a little bit of a spicy video. You know what I mean?
Kofi sounding shaky already.
I'm just saying, don't attack. I'm just praying. Don't attack me. Hey, just hear me out. Hear what I think about it. Agree to disagree. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Agree to disagree if you disagree. If you're on my side, you know what I mean? Let me know too, man. So I got a little spicy video coming for y'all this weekend. It's gonna be super dope. As well as PlayStation is sending over some lovely for me really soon. They already confirmed.
Nice. They sent you the Forspoken Deluxe Edition. Oh, I can't wait for that unboxing. PlayStation is sending
me something a little bit, a little something. You know what I mean? That they want me to review and to make a video on. So I got another fancy production on that, man. Coming up.
Hey, yo, March is looking nice too. I'm working. Releases.
And take it in next month too. We got some PC. We got Return on PC on March. Yep. We got
March. You got Last of Us.
The Last of Us on PC too, as well as Resident Evil. So
Star Wars Jedi Survivor is in March, and Resident Evil 4 is in March. Jesus. And if you care, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is in March too.
Holy.
Atomic Heart is in February. Oh shit! Yeah, I want to play that too. And then VR is in February. Atomic Heart is in February. VR is in February. Horizon Call of Mountain. Wild Hearts. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got some games. Like a Dragon.
We got games. We got.
And
VR. And for the people who are into VR,
the whole VR shit is in February. Yep. Oh, it's getting lit. It's about to get lit. I can't wait.
All right, yo, we out. Y'all take it easy. Have a good night, people.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes.